Hello, everyone. Can you hear us and can you see us? Because tech is awful. Please let us know if you can hear us and see us. Can you hear the music is my next question. Do I need to turn it up? Should it be this loud? Loud and clear. Perfect. All right, I can stop. Hooray! I can stop internal panicking now. Yes, hello everyone, and welcome to Twitch Plays Vampire the Masquerade Blood on the Wind. This is our first session after our character creator session where you, the Twitch chat, created the Smitsi Blood Leech Courier. So this is officially session 1, Ordinary Vanity. My name is Huddy. I'm a World of Darkness community ambassador, your storyteller, and your proxy character controller for this evening. We are also joined by a special guest. Would you like to introduce who you are and who you're playing this evening?
Oh my gosh, hi guys. I'm Vin, at VinVoxVA on socials. I'm a tabletop performer and voice actor, and tonight I'll be playing, your little prince of Nashville. Don't worry about it. Don't worry.
Nothing to worry. Nothing
I'm excited
to
meet
about.
You guys.
I'm excited
Nothing.
too. So I'm excited for the courier to meet the prince. All right, chat, my prince. If you are all ready, let's start our vampire story. The distant neon glow of Lower Broadway flickers in the skyline as your RV glides onto I-65, the main artery that cuts through the heart of Music City. The night air hums with the energy of Nashville's nocturnal pulse as you, the courier, have finally made it to your destination. The journey here was long, but that's the life of a courier. No time for questions, only deliveries. Tonight, however, something feels different. There's tension in the air like the slow build before a storm. The moon hangs low, an ominous witness to your arrival. And there's the hunger, of course. Such a long journey from Baltimore, switching between interstates and back roads, never stopping anywhere too long. Always on the lookout for a safe place to park during the day. All of it has taken its toll on you. You, the courier, are sitting tonight at Hunger 4. And as you exit the highway onto Demonbrian Street, find a place to park, you turn to see your to-go meal. A steaked Trir you got as a payment for your last job in Baltimore. What their name is, what they did to wind up this way, doesn't really matter, does it? They have what you need, vitae. But herein lies the issue. You know that feeding now risks drinking every delicious drop of this warlock, as the storyteller, me, would have you make a willpower roll to have a controlled meal. You could take that risk and possibly lose your, let's call them, emergency rations. Or you could venture out onto the street and risk a stain on your humanity to snack on a mortal. Or even worse, or better, depending on your point of view, you could restock your rations, take a hit to your humanity for certain, and hope that you find and embrace someone that isn't super valuable to someone more powerful than yourself here in Nashville. So this is your first decision, chat. Feed on the Tremere in your RV surrounded by your dirty plushies. Find a mortal and feed on them. Or make a mortal your new snack on the go. I'm gonna ask you to, I think I might need you to mute, Vin. Although I am enjoying the ambiance of you in the background. I promise we will get to the prince real soon. We need to eat first though. Can't go to the prince on an empty stomach.
Listen, my mic was a little special. I just switched over. I'm so sorry. It was not intentional.
It's no problem. I was enjoying it personally. Ooh, we're gonna go for the Tremere. Looks like, anyway. Looks like. Time to make poor decisions and give the prince a headache. Never. The prince is unflappable, I'm sure. First choice is Diablerie. Yep, All right, so we are going to take a drink from the Tremere. Now, the question is are we going to drink everything that the Tremere has to give us? Or are we going to take a controlled drink? That's just a two-person poll. That is the next choice. Oh, I hope Vin is also voting in the chat.
Now, why would I do that? I am nothing but professional and arbiter. Of course I voted the Tremere, excuse me.
Oh dear. Oh, I'm surprising. What a surprising turn of events this poll is turning out to be. Maybe the Tremere shouldn't be so tasty, that's fair. The prince must be powerful if they're dominating our actions from so far away. No, the prince is just a little guy, famously so. Princes are just little guys. Famously so. Seems that we're just gonna take a little bit. All right. Well, let's open up our character sheet here, and let's check how much willpower we have. We have 4. I think we only have 4 willpower, if I remember correctly. We do. So let's roll 4 dice. Let's see how well we do. 2 successes, 2 failures with a possible bestial failure. I think we're going to be a little bit mean. And I'm going to say that's not enough of a willpower roll for you to resist not drinking every last drop. Now, we can resist diablerie, but we're absolutely going to drink this Tremere for everything that he's got. And so, therefore, our favorite snack, which is Kindred Vitae, or let's be honest, our only snack that's really available to us, is now going to be nothing more than a pile of goo that we need to very quickly, as soon as we're done feeding, we need to move our dirty plushies out of the way because they're going to get even dirtier and maybe a little bit icky. We don't really want that. But congratulations, chat. You are at 0 hunger. No hunger dice and no beast to enrage you this evening. At least not yet, and at least not until we begin the cycle again. Now, as this has taken a little bit of time, you all hear a sudden noise around the outside of your RV. Now, your RV is well armored and well taken care of in the sense where, you know, it's not going to be very easily pushed over or broken into. But all of you can hear very loudly the sound of motorcycles coming up behind you from different directions. And they seem to all stop in general around you. And it's not too long after you are just finished feeding and watching this Tremere turn into a gooey skeleton on your floor that you hear a rapping on your door. You head over to check your windows to see who it is, and it seems to be one of these tough-looking bikers. He's bald and he has his upper ear pierced. He's got a beard and a beer gut, and he's wearing leathers. And he's knocking on your door, and he's got a couple of buddies in the back who seem to be backing him up. They're hanging out by their bikes, but they very clearly want to get into your RV. So the question becomes, do you open the door? Do you drive away? "'Tis some visitor," we mutter. Perhaps if we are that whimsically archaic. I just want to invite trouble, I can see. What could possibly go wrong with an 88% so far of people who want us to open the door? Tremere, now in Tremere, Goratrix, Karna, and Ipsimesis flavors. I wonder which one it was. I wonder if you're a connoisseur of Tremere enough to know which one it was. Yes, at almost 100% was yes, open the door. So, again, you kick some of those plushies out of the way. Maybe kick the pile of goo as much as you can out of the way. Give a little pat to your pig that you have safety belted into your passenger seat, your favorite plushie. You're in your largest plushie. And you open the door, and this person, this portly, bald biker, says, "Well, howdy, newcomer. I see you're parking in our territory, and there's a toll for that. Now, you can hand over your wallet, and you can let me and my boys check out your RV for anything else that we might need to take, for our inconvenience." So the question becomes is, do you engage in conversation with these bikers? Hand over your wallet? Do you let them into your RV? Or do you do something else? An other's choice. And if other is chosen, whoever's first suggestion that I see pop up in the chat is what we're going to do. We love Southern hospitality. Yes, sir, we do. I miss it personally. Other, invite Bloodbind? Well, there are 3 of them in total. They just sent up their portly friend to be the mouthpiece for them. I love Outstar. Engage in conversation. Hand over the wallet. Let them in. Fight them. Other. Ooh. Fight them had a lead for like a whole half of a second. Romance them? I mean, I'm not saying no. Not me. Don't know what they all have to say about that. How are our social skills? Certainly. Be happy to remind you. Hours. Mental. Whoopsies, I scrolled right past them. Our socials are pretty good, actually. We are well-versed in manipulation. Engage in conversation. All right. Well, the question then becomes, what conversation would you like to have with them? Would you like to be cordial with them? Would you like to be confrontational with them? Or would you like to be sarcastic with them? We'll do the Dragon Age wheel. I think one day us and our new biker besties will look back on this incident and laugh. Maybe that's where we're going, Ugly Bad Good. I've seen weirder things in vampire games. Our disciplines are we have Cloud Memory, Vicissitude, Eyes of the Beast, and Shape Change. Is there a secret 4th option for being flirty? I don't think it's romance. That's what the bikers are looking for. Not tonight. Storyteller with the cold hard truth? Only sometimes. I'd much rather tell people what they want to hear. Cordial. Well, you as the courier, you lean very casually against the side of the open RV and engage them in polite conversation. You say, yes, I am a newcomer. I'm recently here from the Northeast, from New England, and I haven't had the pleasure of being in Nashville before. I would absolutely love if you would, give me some recommendations of where I should go. Maybe some good bars, maybe some fun honky tonk bars. I've heard about those up there. And the bikers all look at each other confused and annoyed. And one of them in the back pulls out a switchblade, and he says, "If you don't let us into that RV right now, I'm gonna cut you." Now the question becomes, as the other two close in, they're gonna attempt to force their way into the RV. Do we let them, or do we stop them? I think they're flirting with us. I mean, yes. The RV is parked fairly close to Music City. We pulled over because we could no longer resist the hunger and we needed something to eat immediately. So we are not outside of the realm of where there are mortals hanging around. However, it is quite possible, perhaps an educated guess, that these bikers are terrorizing this particular street. What would Vin do? Such a good question. I know what Vin would do, actually. I can't hear you. That is no. That is no. You would have kept driving. Yes, that's exactly what Ben would have done. The answer is no, you don't let them in. So as they start heading a little bit closer to you, you exit out your RV and close the door behind you. Maybe leaving it slightly unlatched so that you can get back in quick fashion if you need to. But you absolutely make a stand here that you aren't going to let them pass into the RV. And you say, "Now, I'm not looking for any trouble. I'm here in town for business. We seem to be business people. I think you should move along and do whatever it is that you do here." We lost Vin, but Vin will be back, don't worry. Vin's having microphone issues. The bikers seem, at this point, enraged. One of them, as you look at him, the one with the switchblade, he seems to be a little bit more unhinged than the other two. And he doesn't look particularly well. He's got red-rimmed eyes, but not red as the whites of his eyes aren't red. He has red-rimmed eyes around his pupils. And his skin has a very horrific sallow color to it. And he seems unwilling to continue on the charade, and he lunges for us with the knife. Now, this seems like a strange question to ask, but do we allow him to stab us? Or do we attempt to get out of the way? Or do we attack him back? That is your choice. It's definitely flirting with us. Vin is under attack by Clan La Sombra. It's me. I am the bearer of bad tech. It's me. These bikers don't know the concept of foreplay? No, unfortunately. Silly boy, how did you know I was into knife play? How about you? Attack back. All right. So as... Ooh. My microphone keeps going off. Can you hear me, Vin? Okay, my microphone keeps shutting off. Don't worry about that, probably because it looks like I'm not doing anything. As the biker lunges for us, we can very quickly disarm him. We are at 0 hunger at the moment, so we can risk the hunger here. And we fail, so we're back at 1 hunger. That didn't last very long, but sure was fun while it lasted. And we can roll our... Let's make it Dexterity and Brawl. We have no dots in Brawl, but we did Rouse the Blood, so that gives us 2 extra dice. So let's make it 1, 2, 3, 4, and then... No, not a Rouse check. Not a Rouse check. Do that again. 1, 2, 3, 4, and a Hunger die. There we go. Ooh, look at that. That is 3 successes, no bestials. And as he reaches for us with the knife, you very quickly take his arm, slam it against the RV, and push down on it over your own knee. Snap his arm. He is just a human being. He screams out into the street, into the night, and the other bikers get very, very upset. The one that hasn't spoken with us before has a gun, and he immediately pulls it out of his waistband and holds it right up to you. We don't have the opportunity, unfortunately, to move out of the way, and normally I would switch over to storyteller mode to show you an NPC, which I can do, but that would get me out of our own character chat. But just so you know, if you look up here, look right where my cursor is. If you can see my cursor, yeah, you can. All of your NPCs are right here. If I click this, you would see that there are NPCs that I could just pop in here, but that would take me out of this, so I'm not going to do that. I'm going to use my physical dice just for now, just for this moment. He shoots us, and he's going to do a good amount of damage, and it's extremely loud. And it hurts. Right into the side of our shoulder because his hand is shaking. He's freaked out. He's scared. We're going to take 6 points of superficial damage, which is going to put us over into aggravated damage already from this one gunshot, which you can track here, which I thought that I had put up, but I didn't. We have 5 of health, so we are in 2 aggravated already. Huddy, don't hurt us no more. I hurt myself. But what happens is that he sees that he shoots you, and he sees no blood flowing from your wounds. And that makes him freaked out. So the question becomes now, do we heal? Do we fight? Or do we drive? Vin, it's me. It's my microphone keeps shutting off.
Really?
It's me. Yeah,
No.
me.
Oh, it was me because my microphone never. It was being weird. Now I'm super zoomed in. We love La Sombra here.
It's my fault.
This stream has been sponsored by Clan La Sombra.
I will keep checking to make sure it's on, but I will keep clicking it back on. I don't know why it's doing that. It's probably because I have my microphone running in OBS, so it's being angry about it. But I need to. I need it in OBS as well. We're gonna show up to the prince's domain looking real good. Fight. All right. So then the question becomes, what do we do next? We are at 2 aggravated damage. We have three of our health tracks that are fine. We have 2 dudes here. One of them is out of commission. We've broken his arm almost entirely in half. He's out of commission. He's not going to be fighting us no more. What we could do with our disciplines here is we could shape change into something drastic. We could strengthen brawl him, but we don't have any dots in brawl. Or we could pick up the knife from the man that we just incapacitated and start slashing. So knife, disciplines, or fists. Kickflip. We could kickflip. We certainly could. I don't know how skilled we are at that. Our athletics is also nothing. Do we have melee dots? No, we don't. We do have 4 dots in drive, though. But we don't have melee dots. No brawl dots. We have a lot of social dots. Intimidation, persuasion, streetwise, subterfuge. Fighting is not our forte, not really. Run them over with the RV. I mean, I did give everyone the opportunity more than once to drive away. But you know, that's the life of a kindred. We out here. We out here. Shape change. Should have given ourselves some fighting skills on the road. All we need is our RV, baby. Shape change. It seems to be our winner. All right. So we are going to make 2 rouse checks so that we can shape change in quick fashion. Our health isn't looking super great. Yeah, let's do our 2 rouse checks. Boom, boom. Let's go for it. Okay, we're up to 2 hunger now. Prince is going to love us. We're up to 2 hunger now. And we need to pick what type of animal we're going to change into. Now, I know what I would like to change into. But I would, instead of a poll, I would like the chat to type up the animal that they would wish us to change into. And I will pick the first one that I see. Because I'm real bad at following the chat because I have an astigmatism. So I'm late always reading the chat. My eyes don't focus right away. I see a wolf. Wolf is the first one that I see. All right. So as this person shoots us a significant amount of damage, it hurts. We don't scream out and yell. But we are the clan of dragons. It's true. We could be a dragon, but I think that would definitely scare him. But wolf is the first one I saw. We shift down into a small wolf, very Werewolf the Apocalypse style, and shift down to a small silver wolf. And this sends the bikers absolutely screaming out into Music City, screaming out onto, let's see, I wrote the name of the street down because it's hard to pronounce. Let's see if I can remember it. I can't remember it. Demon Street. It's a hard street to remember. But they run screaming out onto that street. One of them forgets his buddy that has had his arm broken. They jump onto their bikes and they speed away. They were not prepared to fight a shape-shifting monster that doesn't bleed. So now that they have left, we still have to deal with our injuries. We are already sitting at 2 hunger, and we can only heal 1 aggravated damage a night. I don't know if we should go to Elysium to meet up with the prince, all damaged, but that'll be up to you, and this will have no consequences at all. None. None at all. There isn't someone with a biker logo here for any reason. So we need to decide if we're going to risk any more hunger to heal before we go to Elysium. That is a yes or a no question. Heal or don't heal? It's probably fine. It probably is fine. It's probably, like, super good. Poll is open. Get him! Yeah. All right. Well, they have a buffet at Elysium. That's entirely up to the prince, if there will be a buffet present. And if that buffet will include Kindred Vitae. I leave that entirely in Vin's hands. Vin's capable hands. We'll find out when we get there, which is where we're going to go next. Don't worry about it. We're a blood leech. Yes, we are. If you check out, go on YouTube, you can check out our character creator. That was the highest voted predator type. Please, can the prince be cool? Vin's always cool. Yes, we should heal and risk the hunger. All right. So, as I said, we're sitting at 2 hunger. It is 3 rouse checks to heal an ag. That is all we can heal tonight. If we fail all 3 of our rouse checks, then we are going to hit a hunger frenzy. So let's find out. And then we're everybody's problem. 1, 2, 3. Well, we're right back where we started at the beginning of the night. We are sitting now at 4 hunger. It hits you in the gut. It's horrible. It's like that knife that biker just sliced you with. It's like now he has stuck it into your gut and pulled it upwards. You feel it all the way into your throat. Your teeth itch and hurt. You want desperately to feed, and you look sorrowfully down at the Tremere, your emergency rations of the Tremere, and they have completely evaporated. There is nothing there. And so now we must head to Elysium. Head to where our client in Baltimore told us that there was a prince in Nashville that needed a courier. And now we're here, starving as anything. So you head back to the front of the RV, put everything into gear, look sort of sorrowfully one last time at the puddle in the back of the RV, and you begin your descent. You begin your drive onto 2nd Avenue. You cross the Cumberland River and glide past the illuminated bridges that span its waters. And just ahead, your destination rises, the Parthenon, the grand replica of the ancient Greek monument casting long shadows over Sentinel Park. This area is controlled by the city's ruling prince, the Toreador, Troy Duval. Approaching the Parthenon at night, its towering columns are illuminated by soft golden lighting, while the structure itself is imposing, to say the least, with massive fluted columns. According to your last client in Baltimore, the entrance after hours is hidden along the west exterior wall, and you find it easily enough. You've been in domains with more paranoid princes than this. Inside, it seems to be a museum. You see vitrines of various archaeological items, and most impressively, a towering 42-foot statue of Athena. Her spear gleaming under artificial lights, her eyes cold and regal. At the very least, this place seems a fitting location for a Toreador prince. Several kindred lounge on chaise longues and divans, while one stands at attention, and several steps up a large staircase at the center of the room. She's full-figured with light eyes and short strawberry blonde hair in a rather conservative black and white striped sleeveless dress. And as soon as her gaze falls upon you, she immediately races up the stairs, her heels clacking loudly all the way. And as you stand there, many kindred eyes are watching you. And you see a figure appear at the top of the stairs. And Vin, would you like to introduce the Prince of Nashville to us?
Of course, I would love to. There is a surprisingly relaxed air compared to the tenseness scattered amongst the walls and kindred. They step very quietly. There's a small smile, almost feeling the events that happened to our poor courier. But they extend their hands and just welcome, darling.
You have to pardon the I was dressed much nicer earlier this evening.
Oh, I of course I could imagine.
Rough.
Please sit, relax. Can I get you anything?
What an excellent question. Can the prince get us anything? Do we request Vitae? Or do we say no thank you? Either way, the courier will sit and will remark, little bit of a rough and tumble kind of town you got here.
Well, it is the city. I would apologize for any unpleasantness you encountered, but I can't take the blame for our neighbors, I suppose.
No, you don't. You don't seem like the biker type.
No, that would be our Baron, but I'll speak more about her in a moment. I would like to thank you. First and foremost, I think that you are the most important kindred in Nashville, dare I say Tennessee, and perhaps the East Coast for the evening.
I have to admit, I'm not normally so graciously received by the princes. Usually they meet me in a back alley somewhere, and it's a very deep throat type of vibe.
Well, this is Southern hospitality after all. I would never treat a guest so unfondly.
Well, if this is truly Southern hospitality, you wouldn't happen to have anything on tap that's a little, upgraded from human blood?
It depends on what direction. Are we talking kindred spirits or hair of the dog, if you catch my drift?
I think I need a little something strong. Kindred spirits sounds right up my alley.
And I think it's so much as a snap, and someone just like languidly rises up to offer themselves to the courier for a drink.
Person who rises is your child, the one who went and got you, told you that this must be the courier, your child Harper. And she comes over and she holds out her wrist. And the courier looks concerned. It's okay? Right from the wrist? You don't want to open a vein for me or nothing?
Oh, always something. And I think even like in this kind of chiding, they managed to produce like an athame as easily as one would like find a pen in a pocket and slice their child's wrist.
She makes just a very sound. And we drink. Now the question becomes, we're at 4 hunger. I need to make us a willpower roll before I let you decide how much we're going to take. Same rules as before. So, we haven't spent any willpower, thankfully. But it's only 4 dice. We don't have a lot of will to spare. 2 successes and 2 failures again. I will allow you to take 3 or 2. That is the choice. Unfortunately, just taking a sip of one, you could not resist this delicious Clan of the Rose Vitae. The Vitae of the Divas. Oh, come on, guys. You don't want 3? Not 3? I might be ministry. You never know. 2 hunger. All right. I forgot to count our hunger here. All right. We take 2 hunger from the prince's child. Not that we know that it's the prince's child. And she is most likely going to get quite hungry from that. And my prince, you watch her sort of back away rather quickly from the courier and make her way immediately over to some of the flutes that you have on a back bank, and she starts downing them right away. The courier took quite a bit.
We're going to fight my locks first. We're going to look past that. This is a very important moment, and it's fine. They didn't turn into bone and sludge on the floor, so
No.
It's plus from here. They will say, and are we now relaxed, suitable for business?
I mean, yeah. She seems like a great girl. Great gal.
Oh, of course, she's the belle of the ball. Always the sweetest. Thank you, Harper. Just a little wave from behind. They do pick like one of the chases to sit, not necessarily relax. Their posture is still very upright. And they do that little rummaging motion again, kind of hiding the athame and producing a letter between 2 fingers and like twist their wrist to lay it flat and then present it forward to the courier.
Is there any, like, fragile inside or anything I should know about it?
Well, if you consider the peace between 2 factions fragile, yes, there is.
I have to admit, I've always been an outsider, independent. So, forgive me for missing the nuances, I guess.
No, I understand your choices. I don't say I would call that myself, but I do understand those who would be beyond the lines. Our Baron, if we would like to call her that, Brandy, is quite formidable, enthusiastic, very, very charming. I would like to say politely, of course.
Are you implying that you can't get her to come and sit down with you or get one of her minions to come here and pick up this letter?
You are very sharp, Courier. Exactly, that is precisely what I'm saying here.
Just been around the block, you know. Any particular instructions upon delivery? Is it sort of like I make, if she's been served, like I make sure she says her name and then I hand her the letter and then that's my job done, or?
Well, I wouldn't say so. That is very untoward. I would just say to present it to her from yours truly and thank her for her time.
Sure. Payment.
Payment? What would you like?
Well, I accept lots of different fees. Upon job completed, of course. My last one was a particular favorite of mine. But he's gone now. So, money is good. I need it for gas. Blood is also good, maybe even better. Or I'll take just about anything. But money and blood has to be part of the fee.
Money or blood? Well, seeing that you did just feed from my poor child, I think blood has been covered. Money I can pay handsomely.
What's the time frame on this job?
As soon as possible. I think it shouldn't take long, less than a week. Maybe 3 nights. Is that enough for you?
Plenty.
Perfect.
So the bikers were part of this Baron's posse? Is posse the right word?
I would assume so. Ruffians. Blackguards. Third awful word. that doesn't come to mind that isn't polite.
Wow, y'all are really sticklers for politeness, huh? That's interesting.
I try to be.
Yes, I can see that. I'm not one for the Camarilla. It's not really my bag, but can't see why people wouldn't be on board with this. At least here in Nashville, seems pretty nice outside of the messiness with the bikers.
Well, we have our own standards, and if those can not comply, we rather deal with them quickly.
Cool. Well, if there's any job that you hear about, I'll swing back around after I deliver your letter, collect my payment, so I have my next destination already locked and loaded, you know what I mean?
I do. And thank you again, Courier.
Thank you, my prince. Now, do you let the courier leave, or do you leave the conversation?
I'll let them leave.
Back out slowly, out of Elysium. So we are no longer welcome here. Back out onto the streets. Start heading back over to our RV. And that's when we're stopped by someone we just saw not that long ago. It's Harper, the woman that we just fed from. And of course, since we just fed from her, we do have a slight blood bond to her. She stops us as we head over to our RV and she says, Courier, a moment, please. We stop and we see what she wants, and she says, I will offer you any boon that I can if you would please give me that message from my sire. Now, we do have a slight blood bond to her, so we are endeared to her now. So the question is, do we ask a further question of her? Do we give her the letter? Or do we refuse? Refusal comes at a risk of not being able to refuse. I half expected Outstar to pick romance as a secret option that I wasn't prepared for. Come to twitch.tv/World of Darkness to watch Huddy romance herself.
For free?
For free? Yeah, for free. Every Sunday this month for free. Okay, but flirt. Make it flirty. It's hard to flirt with myself. I don't think I'm a narcissist. I don't think so. I'm not into myself, really. Ask further questions. Well, obviously this seems very strange and out of pocket. This seems like a regular job. You're delivering a peace agreement, supposedly, from the prince to the baron to whatever a peace agreement entails. You don't really know. It's not your business. So you ask her, why? What's the problem? Why do you want the letter? And she sort of takes your arm and moves you even closer to your own RV so that she can maybe speak without being heard by anyone who might be listening. And she says, my sire has some dirty dealings. I don't know what they are. They've never really let me into their circle, but I know that something is suspect about this deal that they want with the Baron. I know that if you deliver that letter, something bad's gonna happen. Please, I'll do anything you want, any boon I can offer, if you will give me that message. So now the question becomes, do we give it to her, or don't we? Or do we ask for what she can offer us? So we get the full scope. There's nothing wrong with self-love. Not not for everyone to see. That's not for me. There are different sites for that. I'm so sorry, Vin. I don't know why you're hanging out with me.
Listen,
I'm so sorry.
I'm having a great time.
A great time. Hey, laddie. Oh, God. Give it to her, flirty. Give it to her, flirty. Outstar, I love you. You're amazing. Best pole master ever. Give it to her, dirty style. And I want it to be known I do not vote in any poll, or I haven't voted in any poll. Y'all gonna make me flirt with myself. Y'all really gonna make me flirt with myself. Alright. So, Harper is someone that we fed off of this evening. She's curvaceous, and she has short strawberry blonde hair and a very sweet, innocent-looking face. You can definitely see why a Toreador would choose her for the embrace. And again, you feel this sort of kinship with her. You feel like you're kindred spirits because you are slightly blood bonded to her already. And she looks so concerned and so sincere with her request of you. And you give her a coy smile and you say, well, I never could resist a request from a beautiful woman. And she smiles and she says, I promise I'll find out what this letter's really about. And I'll get you a boon, blood, money, whatever it is that you want. I'll take care of it. Just, I'll meet you not here. I'll meet you at Centennial Park tomorrow night. All right? And you hand the letter over to her. The courier smiles, knowing that at the moment they have no reason to be in Nashville. That they have to wait for this child of the prince to get back to them about whatever it is that they think is wrong with the letter. And that is where we are going to stop our first session for tonight. Next week, rip! Next week, we are really good at our job. We're excellent. We are going to be joined by another special guest who's going to be playing the Baron of Nashville. That's going to be As I Was, but we'll put all that stuff up over next week. And we'll meet Brandy James, the Baron of Nashville. And we'll see what kind of shenanigans we can get into without our letter. So I want to thank you so much, everyone. This went exactly not as I prepared or planned it to. It went even better than I prepared or planned it to. I am so ecstatic to bring you the next session. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining us for Blood on the Wind, and we will see you next week. Thank you, Vin, for being the best, most sweet tea sweet prince that I'm sure has no ulterior motives ever.
Of course not. Thank you for having me.
No, thank you. And hopefully we will see you back at the very last session, is my plan. We'll find out, though, what the chat does.